Yo, what up? What up? What up? We back with another one, man. Hey, it's been a long time since I've done back-to-back shows. It's good to do it. Good to find a little rhythm here at the end of the month to try to chop up some boxing with you guys, man. I appreciate everybody dropping in early. We got my man Mangus Allen dropping in, Omega Red in the building, also King Corleone in the building. I appreciate you. Hopefully you guys have already started to hit that like button to get the likes all the way up. We got King of King Boxing also stepping in, man. Much love and appreciation as always. Yolanda, what's good? Thanks for dropping in. All right, so y'all see the title, man, of the live stream tonight. So we're going to switch gears a little bit. If y'all missed my live last night, I gave my thoughts about Deontay Wilder and his training as he's coming up and getting ready for his fight against Robert Helenius. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure y'all swoop by and watch that as well, because I put out some very valuable information in my opinion, man. Let you guys know how I feel about Deontay and how he looks and whatnot. And we also talked about his future and a few other things. We also got some unpleasant or maybe pleasant surprises, depending on how you look at it, by some trolls and some haters. So, the wrenches and the crew in the building handled their business. So we'll see if we have another repeat of that tonight. But yes, first and foremost, like my man Manga said, the first goal is 30 likes. Most definitely. One step at a time. We climb the mountain. We got Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Always good to see you. OG, nice to see you. Thanks for dropping by. And what's up, Don? All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Not necessarily prepared to do a super long live stream tonight, so I want to get into it. I know a lot of people are watching several other channels right now. I know Blue Blood's live right now, and I believe Knockout's live right now. So I'm going to get the information that I want to get out there, and let you guys know my thoughts, man, mostly about Shakur Stevenson and my thoughts about the lightweight division. The lightweight division has always been a very interesting division for at least as long as I've been watching boxing. There's a lot of legends in that division, a lot of talent, a lot of dudes that we can point to. When you're in that lightweight division from 130 all the way to 140, you as a boxer, you have a lot to accomplish to be considered one of the best to compete in that division. You've got Jose Luis Castillo in there. You got Floyd Mayweather, obviously, who fought in that division, and so many others, man. All of the, the Marquezes and the Morales and all those guys, man. Pacquiao. So some big shoes to fill, man. And so So you got a division that's quite stacked. Obviously, we got Devin Haney, we got Shakur Stevenson, we got Tank Davis, and a few others. And once again, we got a division where the walls are starting to close in a little bit, right? And we got basically 3 guys, in my opinion, that are up on the upper echelon of that division. Rather it's 135 or 140, more or less, you got 3 guys right there that are basically competing to be the best. Now, as we know, my man Out of Control Troll in the building was good, man. Longtime supporter of the channel, man. Always good to see you in the chat, bro. So right now, as we know, Devin Haney has got all the straps. He's got a rematch coming up against Kambosos, which I'll speak on a little bit here about that rematch. And we got Shakur, who just comes off a victory beating Consensao, right? And I want to speak about that victory first. I want to give some post-fight thoughts about Shakur Stevenson and the Consensao fight. Unstoppable in the building was good, bro. I've heard a lot of mixed stuff, man, on YouTube. I've heard a lot of mixed stuff. I've heard some people say that, it wasn't that good. He looked okay. I'm talking about Shakur. He looked okay. Constance's not that good. He'll get his ass beat by Devin. He'll get his ass beat by Tank. And I've heard that. And I've also heard Shakur look phenomenal. And he looks unstoppable. And he's the guy that can beat Devin. He's the guy that can beat Tank. So I've heard both sides. And it's quite interesting and quite compelling, man. And I'm excited to talk about it and give you guys my thoughts. So first and foremost, like I said, I want to give you guys my thoughts about the post-fight between Shakur and Consensao. Okay, I'm going to be completely transparent and honest with you guys. What I find interesting is that a lot of people who are saying that Consensao was not a credible opponent and he wasn't that good and Shakur should have been fighting somebody else, this, that, and the third. A lot of you guys weren't saying that when Consensao, in my opinion, got robbed against Oscar Valdez, right? So when he was fighting Oscar Valdez, a lot of you guys saying that Consensao ain't shit were the same people that were up here yelling on the mic and screaming into the camera, talking about, oh, Consensao, man, he's really skilled and he got robbed and this, that, and the third. Now all of a sudden he ain't shit. The inconsistency is astounding, man. Consensao, to me, has always been a credible fighter. He's like a B+ fighter, in my opinion. And he offers a lot of tangibles, man. And 1,000%, I thought he got robbed against Oscar Valdez. 1,000%, no doubt in my mind. So my initial thoughts of, when they announced that Consensao and Shakur were going to face off, I was like, yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good fight in my opinion, because who else is Shakur going to fight? He fought Herring, put on a phenomenal performance. A lot of people thought that he was too young, too green, not ready to fight the Marine, the veteran, and he whooped his ass. Let's just keep it. Let's keep it a buck. He whooped Herring's ass. All right. Now the dude is 19-0. He's 19-0 with 9 KOs. Then the guy that basically got a gift decision over Consensao, which is Oscar Valdez, he whoops his ass too. Right? He whoops his ass too. So he retains the WBO super featherweight. He wins the WBC, and he also takes the vacant ring super featherweight title. And then guess what? The WBC, WBO, the ring super featherweight titles at stake only for Consensao after Stevenson missed weight. I guess he missed weight again in the Constance fight. Which means that if Constance won the fight, I guess he gets the straps. But he did win the fight. And it was a very comfortable decision for Shakur Stevenson once again. So, look, man, rather you're talking about super featherweight, lightweight, or super lightweight, it's basically Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis, and Devin Haney. That's what it is. And now that Shakur Stevenson obviously he struggled to make weight, right, against Constance, you know he's going to move up any moment now. But if you want to be G5 in the building, what's good, bro? Moped in the building. Willie Beecham. Thanks for dropping in last night, man. Good to see you in the chat again. If you want my honest opinion about Shakur Stevenson, his resume is starting to stack up, y'all. His resume is starting to stack up, in my opinion. His last 3 fights are against very good fighters, right? Jamal Herring, who he was the underdog, and he got a TKO. Oscar Valdez, okay, who a lot of people thought that Oscar Valdez was going to walk him down and beat him up. I don't remember the odds in that fight and who was the underdog, but I know a lot of people thought that Oscar Valdez was gonna walk Stevenson down and knock him out. And then Constance, the guy who got robbed against Valdez. So he's got 3 very good fights on his resume now. His resume is starting to stack up. And now we know that he's struggling to keep the weight, and you know that he's going to be knocking on the door. I mean, if he's not now, he will be very soon at 130. Right? And let's not forget, too, that Shakur Stevenson has mentioned, and he has mentioned in interviews and post-fights that he wants Devin Haney. And it's almost like he's stacking up his resume on purpose. You know, he's taking out the garbage, essentially. And I hate to say that, man. That sounds fucked up, but I mean, call it what you want to call it. He's taking out the garbage. He's putting these names on his list, right? And he's doing a phenomenal job at doing it. Now, in regards to the fight between him and Constance, right? Yo, look, man. Like I said, when the fight was announced, I liked it. I thought it was a good fight to make. And I always thought that Constance was a talented fighter, and I was intrigued to see what Shakur would look like against a guy who can also move and also box, who has some signal. It's not an Oscar Valdez who, you know, he's got that classic Mexican style with his hands up and try to load up with body shots and shit like that. I mean, he's there to, and he's not a Herring. Herring, you know, is a classic, like, you know, boxer, puncher. You know, he's tough, he's gritty. Yeah, you know, so Constance was the first time, you know, a credible opponent with a decent resume, who can also box, has some slickness to him. And it just continues to show, in my opinion, how Shakur Stevenson can deal with multiple styles. He can deal with multiple styles. And y'all know I have a lot of love for Devin Haney. Okay, I have a lot of love for Devin Haney. He's one of my favorite fighters. I've come on here multiple times and told you guys that Devin Haney has a very good chance to surpass Floyd Mayweather's greatness. I mean, he does. He has all of the tangibles. He has all of the ingredients that you need to be an all-time great. Based off of his style, you know, defense first, and being strategic and working behind the jab. He's got one of the best jabs in the business. And all these different things. Like, he's got all the ingredients to be a multiple-time champion and go up in weight classes as well. Shakur is naturally a smaller man in comparison to Devin Haney. Devin Haney has the ability to quite possibly go all the way up to 147. I don't know if Shakur can do that, but they can definitely figure out a way to face off at 135 or something like that. So I have a lot of love for Devin Haney. I've always had a lot of love for him. But I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, man. I think Shakur Stevenson is the biggest threat to Devin Haney. I'll say that again. I think that Shakur Stevenson is the biggest threat to Devin Haney. Just based off of styles, just based off of the eye test, man. Like, Shakur Stevenson is man. This dude is the goods, man. And I know a lot of people want to say, oh yeah, but Divine, he was getting hit by Constantine and he had his hands down at times and this, that, and whatever. Well, I mean, Devin Haney's been hit before. Devin Haney's been rocked before. Devin Haney's been wobbled before. Right? Like, that's the thing about boxing. That's the thing about boxing, is that you're only as good as your most recent fight, and people got short-term fucking memory, man. Right now, when everybody thinks about Devin Haney, they think about him beating Kambosos' ass. But they forget about fights previously where he's had to dig deep into fights. He's been rocked. He's had to grind out 2 or 3 rounds to secure a victory. So Shakur Stevenson whooped Herring's ass and essentially stopped him. He knocked Oscar Valdez's ass all across the fucking ring for 12 rounds. And in a Constantine fight, he whooped his ass too. So what are we really talking about? What are we really talking about? Let's keep it real. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pose the question for the people that are listening tonight, and I'm going to put it in the chat. Y'all tell me, man, on who you think wins. So you see the title of the live stream. Shakur Stevenson is the best lightweight. What about Devin Haney or Tank? Now, I understand that Shakur Stevenson is not technically a lightweight yet, but he's basically at the doorstep. Right? So I'm going to put a poll into the chat. Y'all can vote and let me know. Let me know your thoughts. It's probably easier for people to quickly vote in the poll than it is to construct their thoughts, especially for those who are on the move listening. So let the chat know and let me know. Give me a second as I type this out. All right, so how I'm going to construct this is, make sure as you guys come in here, man, you guys hit that like button right away, man. That should be automatic. You guys know the drill, man. You got to hit that like button, get the likes all the way up. I don't expect today's live stream to blow up. Last night we had a nice, healthy live stream talking about Deontay. But yeah, I mean, the people that do come in, make sure you hit that like button, man. So here's how I'm going to construct this poll. All right, who comes out? Or let me keep it more simple. Who's the better fighter? Who's the better fighter? All right, 3 names. Haney, Tank, and Shakur. All right, simple. So you don't have to think about who beats who. Let's just say who's the better fighter overall. Right? In your opinion, who's the better fighter overall? There's the poll in the chat. Y'all let me know. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and do another one. I'll do something else. I'll go ahead and drop the link to the show. If you want to drop in and leave your thoughts to kind of mix it up, maybe you have an opinion, maybe you feel different or think different. So there's the link, which I will then pin up at the top of the chat so y'all don't miss it. And as the poll starts to pop, all of a sudden Shakur jumps out in front right away at 60%. Okay, so the people are starting to talk, they're starting to speak, and let us know what they think. But look, man, let me check this shit out right quick. Junior lightweight, aka super featherweight, 130. Forgive me, guys. I'm just looking at the rankings right quick. I want to double check. Okay. Yeah, so Shakur is still number 1. He's got the ring. He's still got that ring title. Oscar Valdez is number 1. Hector Garcia is number 2. And Rakhimov from Russia is number 3. So, in my opinion, man, when I'm looking at the rankings, Shakur really ain't got nowhere to go but to move up. He ain't got nowhere to go but to move up, in my opinion, man. He's already beat Constanzao. He's already beat Valdez. I guess he could fight Hector Garcia. But if you go up to 135, there's a lot of big fish up there to fry. And that's where stardom really begins for Shakur Stevenson. He's already started to struggle to make 130. It's 135, man. I'm telling you right now, it's on the horizon. That's his next move. He's already become a champion at 130. He beat Herring. He beat Oscar Valdez. He beat Constanzao. He ain't got much to prove at 130 anymore. So it's 135. And we know that at 135 right now, Devin Haney is the undisputed champ. And he's got a rematch against Kambosos Jr. So I'm going to speak it into existence, man. I don't see Shakur Stevenson at 130 anymore. I just don't see it. And I mean, I think it's all kind of, I don't want to say it's plans, but it's destiny. Fuck it. That's what it is. It's destiny. He's destined to go 135. He couldn't make weight against Constanzao. His body's starting to fill out. He's growing up. He's getting stronger. It's 135, man, and he's always wanted 135 anyway. And he's mentioned Devin Haney multiple times. And I don't think the dude's scared. I don't. I think he's confident. And there are times in the fight against him and Constanzao where I felt like the kind of like putting the hands down, kind of showboating at times and getting caught. To me, that's kind of like Roy Jones-esque right there. That's like confidence right there. Like, you can't hurt me. I'm going to beat your ass. I mean, and Constanzao was on the back foot towards the end of that fight where he couldn't deal with Shakur's speed and accuracy, which those two things right there, speed and accuracy with some pop behind it too. By Shakur makes him a real threat. No, he's not the most defensive, savvy. He's not the most technical. He's not a guy who plays it safe and works behind the jab and systematic like Devin Haney. But he's fast, accurate. He's determined, and he's got pop behind his punches. He makes you respect him. So that's why I kept telling people, like, yo, we talk about how Shakur, we start to see, that's what happens when you see a fighter start to climb up the ladder. It happened to Floyd. When Floyd started to climb that, I'm talking before Oscar De La Hoya. When he's climbing that ladder, people started to peel away layers to try to figure out, oh, well, he doesn't do this good. Oh, he can't punch. Or, oh, he can't do this and he can't do that. But he continued to win, right? So now people are going to start doing that with Shakur. I see it already on YouTube, man. Oh, yeah, but, he got hit here and, he stumbled there and he got his feet all tangled up here and this and that. It's like, okay. But for me, it's like, if you're Shakur, that's what I want. I want people to talk shit. Good. Y'all think I don't have it at 135, right? Y'all think I'm too small, too young, whatever it is. But anyway, before I get into a couple other things I want to talk about, we got Big Dog in the building. Go ahead and say what's on your mind, Big Dog.
Yeah, I was just talking. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, yeah, I'm just talking about the Shakur. Man, I don't know why people are in I don't know. He's like Devon says, he's good defensively. Don't get me wrong. He's really good. I think in his last couple of fights, he just kind of abandoned it. Like he was just wanting to get the people out and he was just waiting. He was trying to catch these guys at the last couple of fights. But the fight against Heron, that was ridiculous. He chopped Heron up like he wasn't even there. And
yep.
I think he goes up to 135. I thought he could have won 35 a couple of fights ago. But yeah, he's ready for 135. In my opinion, he can beat Tank and he can beat Haney. I don't see anybody else besides those two that can beat Shakur. Not Ryan, not whoever else is over, not Broly or whoever his name is. That it's between those three, and all got different. I think out of the three of them, I think Shakur is the best well-rounded with the defense, speed. Tank is the better athlete out of all three of them, but Tank, I don't know. Tank. He should be the best in the division, but he just have lacks. I don't know, it's a competition. He just don't always be there for me. There's always something. And Haney's too safe. I think Haney, I know that's his craft. He's a master class boxer, but I can't see him staying at 135 and just picking him apart. I think he needs to move up to 140, to be honestly. He's not destined to stay at 135 for much longer, in my opinion.
Who's that?
Haney.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big lightweight. A lot of people, don't realize that. He's a big lightweight. He's got the reach, he's got the frame, he's got the height, he's got all the physicality abilities and whatnot to go all the way up to 147, in my opinion. In the future, and his frame is not that much different than like a Floyd Mayweather, who obviously we know went all the way up to 154. So. Yeah. I agree. I think that, time continues to tick. It's like the sand hourglass, right? You flip it upside down and we're sitting here to wait and see. To me, Shakur, he's done with 130.
No, he's been done.
He can't make the weight anymore. Number two, he's already got 3 very, very good wins on his resume at 130. He got nothing else to prove.
There's no comp down there for him anyway. There's no competition down there for him.
Exactly. So it's 135. Now, 135. If Shakur Stevenson then enters 135, you can say it is the most lit division in boxing.
Yeah.
It is the most lit division in boxing, and I mean more than 147 too. We get excited and fixated on Bud and Spence and Boots. First off, fuck welterweight division because there ain't shit going on in that division.
No, they don't fight each other.
Ain't nothing happening. You got a lot of talent. You got a lot of talent, but
they got a shitload of talent.
Doing shit. Ain't nobody doing shit besides
Ortiz,
a lot of
Ben, Conor Ben, they got hella dudes at that division, and they don't never fight each other.
I mean, Conor Ben and Eubank they're about to fight, but I mean,
isn't Conor Ben 147?
I think so.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Then why are you fighting? I think that's upset. I don't know why he fighting Eubank. Eubank's huge.
Yeah, but if you look at the top 5. None of those dudes fighting each other.
No.
So right now, in the top 5, you got Spence, Ugas, and Ortiz. And if you want to add in Stanionis, you can add in Keith Thurman. You can add in Avancian. You got Conor Ben, right? So you got 9 dudes. And I know Conor Ben, he about to go fight Eubank, but you got 8 guys that I just mentioned. None of them are fighting each other. Ain't nobody doing shit. So at least at lightweight, you got Devin Haney about to rematch Kambosos. And at least if they're not currently fighting, at least they have fought each other, right? Like Isaac Cruz and he fought recently. Garcia fought recently. Joe Diaz fought Devin Haney not too long ago before he got into the fights with Kambosos. So you got Loma kind of waiting. He's kind of waiting to see who he's gonna fight next. He'll probably fight somebody like Zepeda or something like that, because Devin Haney's locked into a fight. I mean, it's like, to me, the most irritating part of the whole division is the fact that Tank Davis is just sitting there. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Tank Davis? Like, damn.
Nothing.
Bro, what the fuck? Like, you can't fight Garcia? You can't fight Loma? You can't fight Loma? Why won't you fight Loma? Why?
He won't even fight Richard Comey. It's just getting to a point like that.
So what's astounding to me is I go back to the poll, right? So when the poll says who's the better fighter, Haney, Tank, Shakur, and right now Haney's slightly ahead, but you got 31% voting Tank. Now you see, here's the thing. I get it. Like, I understand that Tank, he's a very talented fighter. If you say, oh, who's got the most talent, people say Tank. I can't really disagree with that, but it's hard for me to commit to Tank as far as who's the better fighter, because for me, when you hear the word better fighter, it encompasses everything in boxing. It's not just talent. It's who you fight. It's your activity. It's taking on the best competition. That makes you a complete fighter. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not displaying that talent against high-level fighters, that doesn't make you one of the best fighters.
Facts. Yeah.
That's my opinion. I'm not throwing any shade at Tank as far as his abilities, but I am throwing shade at him, and I have been throwing shade at him for not doing shit with his career. It's like, it's the most frustrating thing that you're the dude, man. Like, you that guy. Like, you are that guy who can literally be the best in the division, pound for pound, one of the best, if not the best. You got power, you got speed, you got athleticism, and you're not doing shit because somehow, some way, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has got you hypnotized to believe that you don't got to do nothing but collect this money and sit back and chill.
I don't know, man. That situation with Floyd and Tank and whatever, I don't even get it. It's just like, how old Tank? 27, 28?
Something like that.
He's in his prime right now. He needs to fight
Absolutely.
whoever.
Absolutely. And then, it's he keep fighting these C plus B fighters. And then, he's going to be 30, 31, 32. And by that time, Devin Haney's probably at 140 or 147. See, that's the thing about Tank. Tank's frame can only take him so far.
Yeah.
Tank will never fight at 147. Haney could. Haney definitely could.
Shakur could.
Shakur probably could. Tank can only go so far. I mean, he's a small dude. What is he, 5'6"?
He's 5'6", 5 something.
So it's like
5'5", 5'6". Yeah.
Imagine that, right? Imagine if Floyd and Tank's plan is like, we'll continue to, people can hate us, they can hate on us all they want. We'll just continue to fight these dudes, man. Like, make this payday and shit like that. These B fighters, like these Isaac Cruzes and shit like that, and Jojo Diaz and these type of dudes. They're always going to be in the top 10, but they're never going to be top 4. And we're going to get paid. We're going to get paid. We're going to get paid. Meanwhile, Devin Haney is campaigning up to 147. He's a multiple-time champion in multiple weight classes. Shakur's up there. They're getting ready to put on a big-ass fucking showdown like we're trying to get with Spence and Crawford right now. They're going to be the next Spence Crawford. Mark my words. Shakur and Devin.
Yeah, I think they already are, in my opinion.
And then you got Oscar Valdez. He's still trying to come back in. You got Loma. He's trying to come back in. You got all this shit happening. Meanwhile, Tank is still chilling at 130. Ain't doing shit. And by the time he makes a decision, by the time he's 31, 32, he's man, you know what? Floyd fucked my career up, man. All these dudes are moving up, making money, collecting belts. My legacy is being flatlined. So he's gonna tell Mayweather, man, fuck you, man. You fucked up my career. But by that time, it's too late. You missed out on Devin. You missed out on Shakur. You missed out on Loma. You missed out on all these dudes. And now you're 32, talking about what? You know what's gonna happen? He might end up like Gamboa. He might say at 32, oh, you know what, man, I'm a small dude, but let me go up to 147. I'll go and fight Devin at a catch weight at like 145 and watch Devin Haney just bully him. He'll bully him because Devin Haney, by that point, had already been fighting at bigger weight classes. He's accustomed to the weight. He's going to be a bigger dude. And he's just going to outbox Tank. Tank's going to be blown up in weight. He's not going to be at a weight where he's comfortable. He's going to be carrying around a lot of water weight, muscle, whatever it is, to make that catch weight at 145. He's going to be ballooned up. He's going to be slower. And Devin's he's going to box his fucking head off. And then everyone's going to say, well, you could have fought him at 135 once upon a time when you were 27. That's a very high possibility. And when that happens, y'all can refer back to Divine Sense, man. Because y'all can call me the dude that predicts the future. I got my crystal ball.
You know what, Divine? This is his best time to get Haney and Shakur, because this is the best time. He's in his prime. Those guys are not quite in their prime yet. If he wants to fight them and beat them, this is the best time he can do it. I can't think if he waits any longer, 2-3 years, they're gonna surpass him. And
we got Demon in here. I'll let him cook in a minute.
Go ahead.
Man, I see my man Freddie. I see my man Freddie, right? My man Freddie. He's been around. Yeah. Freddie. See, I like Freddie. He's like a solar eclipse, right? I don't see him very often, but when he comes in, it's a good sight. But anytime I talk about Tank, Freddie's gonna be in here. Look, Fred. Look, man. I feel you. He's got a great chin. He's got speed. He's got technique. There's no dispute about that, bro. There's no dispute about that, bro. But the man is not moving, bro. He's not moving. I mean, am I lying? I mean, how many excuses can you pull out of the hat, bro? Oh, he's buying his time. Oh, he's trying to make this money, or oh, he's being careful with his career, or oh, he's waiting for these other dudes to fight each other and then he'll fight them. Like, bro, he's not moving. And if you're a Tank fan, you should be pissed off. You should be pissed off that the man is not moving. And like Devin Haney, he about to fight. Loma's probably going to fight very, very soon against somebody, right? Shakur just got done fighting. There's a high possibility based off of Shakur Stevenson's activity recently. He's going to be fighting again in the next 5 months at 135. Or 130 or whatever it may be. But 135. I think he's done with 130. So he's going to be back at 135 fighting again before Tank ever gets back in the ring. If you are a Tank fan, then you should be upset and you should be irate. So, Freddie, I feel you. But let's keep it 100, bro. Tank is not moving. And there's a possibility that Glory will pass him by. And that'll be a shame. With all the talent that he has. Demon, what's good, bro? Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm just gonna speak on something real quick, man. It's good to be in the building. Fucking Javonte Davis is really trash to me, man. Cambosis is better than Javonte. How can they say that Javonte is a better fighter? How can you put him up there with Shakur and Devin, and the man just got a knockout punch? That doesn't make you a fighter. That doesn't make you a fighter to have a knockout punch. I'm sorry. So to me, the little 5'5" midget is really trash, and everything that you're saying is actually true. I mean, you're not a great fighter if you got a knockout punch. That's all you got, bro. You can't fight. You know what I'm saying? And one more thing. I'll be jumping conversation. Keyshawn Davis is trash. That boy got the biggest mouth in the world and ain't fought nobody. You fighting dudes 12 and 10 and you running your mouth. Somebody need to shut him up real quick. I can't wait to see him lose. He dick riding Bud for no reason. And that's all I got to say. I'm going to get up out of here.
All right, Demon Man. Always appreciate your thoughts.
That was the biased opinions I ever heard.
Hey, I'm already. Every time Demon comes in, I already know what it is, man. You just gotta buckle your seatbelt and hang on. Look, before I turn it over to my man Platt Boys, we got this dude, man. My day one. Don't do that, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. Why do you guys always get so sensitive and emotional that I don't mention Loma and Ryan Garcia enough? Did you not see the title of the live stream, bro? The title of the live stream, bro, is Shakur, Tank, and Haney. It's not like I put Ryan Garcia. This is not a video about Ryan Garcia. Right? What the fuck is Ryan Garcia? Ryan Garcia is busy snitching on dudes. That's what he's doing right now. Why the fuck would I speak about him? And if you want to say, "Oh man, that's petty," bro. Why you gotta talk about Ryan? We don't know that. That's rumors. All right, fuck it. Then we'll talk about boxing then. Who has Ryan Garcia fought? I'll wait.
How many titles did Ryan Garcia have?
Who's Ryan Garcia fought? The first word starts with a T. The second one starts with a C. Tomato cans.
He gets so much credit for fighting. What's that guy's name? Dude from England. The white dude from England. That the Olympic Olympic gold medalist.
Oh, he lost his belt to Loma. I forgot his name.
Yeah, that's what they give him so much credit for. And I don't even think he's all that. The dude that knocked him down, actually.
Yeah, he got dropped in that fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he gets way too much credit. He's
Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell. Yeah, that's his name. That's his best win, isn't it?
Yeah, that's his highest profile fight.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that it would suit you better, my day ones, to go ahead and click the link and come in and let us know, man. Because I'm not going to sit here and read your comments. Obviously, you're sensitive and emotional about Ryan Garcia not getting his credit or Loma not getting his credit. I don't know when you came in here, but I basically have been roasting Tank Davis for like 15 minutes. I basically was roasted. So what you're saying is falling on deaf ears, bro. You're speaking to the choir. I just got done saying that Tank Davis is not fighting nobody. He's not moving. Just as Ryan Garcia. As a matter of fact, how about this, bro? Why doesn't Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fight? How about that? Why don't those two dudes fight each other? You want to talk shit about Devin Haney? Or sorry, about Tank? Cool, I'm with you. But you got to share that same energy with Ryan. Ryan ain't doing shit. Except, make videos on social media and TikTok bullshitting around with Jake Paul. Doing nothing but talking shit. Every time he wins a fight, what does he do? What does Ryan Garcia say every time he wins a fight? When they put the mic in his mouth, they say, "All right, bro, what do you want next?" He on that bullshit.
Tank Davis.
Yeah, Tank Davis, man. Tank. I'm really sick and tired of Tank Davis. I'm really tired of this guy. We're about to knock his ass out. You know what Ryan Garcia sounds like? He sounds like the retired, old, washed up, coke head Oscar De La Hoya. Talking shit. That's what Ryan Garcia sounds like. Not Oscar De La Hoya in the 90s or the early 2000s, because that Oscar De La Hoya would fight anybody.
Yeah, he was down with smoke back then. He was.
I'm talking about, pantyhose wearing, coke head, no longer fighting. That type of Oscar De La Hoya. Nothing but just random bullshit coming out of his mouth. The day he became a full-time promoter, Oscar De La Hoya has been full of shit. And that's why he ain't barely got no fighters now. He got no fighters left on the Golden Boy. Whole damn promotional company about to fall apart. And who he got? He got Ryan Garcia. Well, that makes a lot of fucking sense because hey. So look, you keep saying, "Oh, you cucking and you did." Hey, bro, look, man. Last time I'm gonna say it. There's the link. You're more than welcome to join. We're gonna let you speak, bro. We're gonna let you speak. We'll let you have your moment, and tell us how you feel. Tell us how you really feel about Ryan Garcia and Loma. That's it.
Come on in.
Yeah. Flatboy, so we'll let him think about it because he's hesitating. He's got to think about it before he comes in.
I'm about to get off. I'm about to get off right now, Divine. All right, Flatboy. Yeah, I'm reading one day's comments. I need to get off and get ready for work. His comments make no sense. So I'm gonna get off, man. All right, man. Peace.
Big dog.
Yo.
See you,
all right.
dog.
All right, bro.
All right.
Fuck Con too, by the way. Flatboy, you came in, man. Maybe you came in because you had something on your mind. So let us know.
Well, I really just came in to tell you that I rejoined the channel, but now.
Yeah. I saw that, bro. I appreciate you.
This is my thing. We have so much talent at like 135, 140 or whatever, but why can't we get to that level where these guys, like, they have, like, even all of them are protecting the O pretty much, or afraid to lose, to be the one to lose to whoever, but they have like the opportunity to pull off like massive trilogies and make so much money and like create a legacy era rather than they're so worried about like their personal legacy that they are like missing out on the chance of creating their own memorable era. You know what I mean? Like we could have Tank versus Ryan 2 and 3 and Devin and whoever 2 and 3. You know what I mean? Like that's like the Horseman days, man. Like these guys fought each other back then. Like you know what I mean? That's the only thing. Even like I'm kind of upset with Tank when he made the comment like I'm not worried about the belts. The belts don't matter. But then I heard Roy Jones say like it's so many ways to say no, like to avoid it. You know what I mean? So anybody who has a belt, pretty much Tank isn't worried about fighting. That's why we haven't got him. Like they don't even call out like the champion. Like, I don't want nobody but the guy with the belt or whatever. Like, we need that back. That's what we're missing out on. And that's the reason like boxing isn't as like early 90s, 80s, the whole 80s era, like it's not as popular as then, because these guys don't fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my biggest thing. Like, I don't even care like what the title says, like Shakur be the best or whatever, but I don't even care. Like, just fight each other. Like, we want to see like with our eyes who it is. You know what I mean? Like, give us a fight. I'm happy Shakur said something about Devin, like, but like let's make it happen, man.
Yeah, and it's almost like I feel like this is why I get so irritated about the Spence Crawford situation, because since that fight still isn't happening, and all it is hearsay and rumors and bullshit. I mean, these two men, they got boxing in a stranglehold. Spence and Crawford has boxing in a stranglehold. And because they can't get this fucking fight happening, bro. Every other fighter in every other division is like, oh, like, they're not, they don't feel compelled to take the big fights either. So you got to lead by example. Bud Crawford is one of the best pound for pound fighters. He's one of the most well-known fighters. Errol Spence is a well-renowned welterweight champion. These two men's names and faces are at the top of the sport, right? And so you're like the ambassador of boxing. People, especially in the lower weight classes beneath you at 140, 135, 130, they look up to you. And so when you operate in this way and don't get this mega fight popping, those below you and perhaps even weight classes above you are like, oh, well, we're going to follow suit. We're going to make sure the money's right. We're going to make sure the promotion's right. We're going to make sure the venue's right. We're not going to be in a hurry. We're only going to fight one time per year. And see, that's why it frustrates me so much about Bud and Spence. And that's why I just don't talk about it anymore. Why? Why continue to invest energy in two men who can't make this fucking fight happen? Because it's not just that fight. Y'all need to understand that. It's not just that fight that's not happening. Their actions are leaking poison into the sport of boxing. And it's affecting all these other different weight classes because fighters look to them. They look up to them. They're one of the best. They're one of the best two fighters in the whole sport. Right? And so for those people who think, man, Divine, it ain't like that. How is it not? How is it not? You look at the pound for pound list right now. Who's at the top of the list? Bud Crawford. Any casual boxing fan that gets curious, I wonder who's on the pound for pound nowadays. They go there, they check it out. Who's on top of the list? Bud Crawford is. Oh, what's Bud Crawford doing right now? Oh shit, he hasn't fought. He's closing in on a fucking year since the last time he fought. The last person he fought was God damn, his name just slipped my damn mind. Who did Bud just fight, man?
Man, his last fight was Porter.
Yeah, Porter. Thank you. God damn, my brain's freezing up. So yeah, last fight was Porter. It's coming to a year before he fights, and then so as a casual fan, you're looking at it like, oh, the pound for pound best. Last fight was against Porter. Hasn't fought in several months. So according to the Ring magazine, they got Usyk at number 1, pound for pound, which is very strange to me. But whatever.
ESPN's list.
I'm on the Ring. Yeah. So they got Usyk at 1. They got Inu at 2. They got Bud at 3. So like I said, he's at the top of the list. And they got Bud above Earl. So like I said, a casual boxing fan, they peek in. They're like, I wonder who's pound for pound nowadays. They're going to see Bud's name there. Then they're going to click on Bud's name. They're going to see that he hasn't fought in a while. He's not undisputed. He only got 1 belt. Bud right now has only got 1 belt.
Right.
And so it makes people quite like, wow, this is what boxing is?
The list I'm looking at
what
the
boxing
ring
is.
they got Terrence and Errol under Inoue and Usyk. What the?
Yeah, I've never agreed
I'm
with
lost.
with
I'm
having.
lost.
I've never agreed with having heavyweights in the pound for pound. That's just me. I know it's a very heated debate / discussion. Some people do put him in. I just don't. And I understand that Usyk, was undisputed at cruiserweight as well. I understand. I can't have him number one. Maybe you can put him in the top 5 just because he is, a undisputed heavyweight and cruiserweight at one point.
Yeah,
but I just can't have him number one.
I don't want a heavyweight on the pound for pound list at all. I mean, pound for pound was made for those that, travel weight. Like heavyweights don't go up or down. Like they are the standard of boxing. So, like I don't.
It's always weird to me.
Like
It's like
champion then pound for pound list to me. Like
it's kind of like, okay, so most. I mean, it's not just Ring. I think. Are you looking at ESPN?
I'm at the Ring updated today.
Okay. Well, I think ESPN
Usyk.
has Usyk at number 1 as well for pound. So
Okay.
I guess my question would be, if Bud beats Spence, will they put Bud at number 1?
They would have to. It's the highest profile fight in the sport right now. Like
Right.
either
But,
one,
but it's
Spence
just,
or
but it's
Crawford
just weird.
win. They gotta be number one.
If Earl Spence beats Bud, did they put Earl Spence at number 1?
They'll probably slide him to 2 because it seems like the Ring and ESPN, like ESPN for sure has their fighters like on the list, like their top ranked guys are on there, and the PBC guys seem to just fall in here and there, like trickle in. Like you got Spence.
How the
on there,
fuck
but who else
does
is
Ring
PBC?
magazine have Loma above Charlo?
Yeah, got him above Bivol, Charlo, Better BF, like with 2 losses, and one of them was
What?
a journeyman. Yeah,
And no belt. He's currently holding 0 belts right now.
at all.
I want you all to see this, man. This shit crazy. I haven't looked at the pound for pound list in a while. But check this shit out, man. They got Loma out here sitting at, what is that, number 6. And they have him above Bivol, Josh Taylor, Charlo, and Beterbiev. And this motherfucker has 0 belts, and he's got 2 losses. See, this is the type of shit that I'm talking
So
about.
is it just okay? Is it straight up eye test, like not accomplishments? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out about a pound for pound list. Is it just how they look in the ring, how good they look in the ring, or what they actually accomplish in the ring?
The fact that you gotta think and ask yourself that question just lets you know that's why boxing's fucked up.
Yeah,
Because that's why it shouldn't be that. It should be very straight down the line. Pound for pound is being able to win and be a champion at multiple weight classes.
right.
That is what a pound for pound should be. That's what it's always been. Right?
So would you take
Sugar Ray Robinson was one of the best pound for pound fighters of all time because he was a champion at multiple weight classes, defending those titles in multiple weight classes, and that's why he is all time the best pound for pound fighter.
Would you take Bivol off this list? When you say like multiple,
I honestly think the only reason why they have Bivol on here is because he beat Canelo.
simply put, that's it.
That's it.
Because
the only
he
reason
hasn't
why
made a
he's on there is
splash
he beat
other than
Canelo, and Canelo was an undisputed super middleweight champion, which didn't mean shit when he moved up to 175 to fight Bivol because none of those titles that Canelo had were on the line.
Right.
Canelo was going up to try to take Bivol's WBA. And he came up short. And because he came up short, they said, oh, we'll go ahead and put Bivol up there.
Charlo should be at best top 4.
I mean, it's astounding. And what's crazy is 1, 2. I hate to do this. But I feel like I don't know if anybody else is gonna do it or say it. But I mean, I have to, man. You got 3 African Americans on the pound for pound, bro. 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
3 out of 10.
Well, we know
Y'all
how
can think
that
what
goes.
you want to think about that, but it's not just that. It's not just, oh, you only got 3 African Americans on there. It's not just that. It's the fact that you got Loma above Charlo. You got Charlo at number 9. Number 9.
Yeah, this day one cat is tripping.
Oh, this dude dumb. He probably think that Ryan
cucking?
Garcia. He
I don't even know
probably
what the
think
fuck that is. Like
that's some new generational shit. That's the dudes that are born past 2010. He's probably born in like 2010. That's the new shit. He probably thinks Ryan Garcia belongs on the pound for pound.
Oh no, leave that shit out of here. Haney should be on there for sure. Tank should be on there for sure. He traveled 3 divisions, held 3 titles, whether they were super or regular. He had 3 in 3 different divisions at once. He should be here.
Yeah, how the fuck is Devin Haney not on here?
Exactly.
How the fuck is Devin Haney not on here? You got Loma, who's got 0 belts with 2 losses on here. You got Bivol on here, who has 1 belt at 175. You got, why is Bivol above Bitterbiev? Bitterbiev has 3 belts. If you want to go by belts, the only reason why you got Bivol on here is because he beat Canelo. But when he beat Canelo, it wasn't for Canelo's straps, which were at 168. You're supposed to beat Canelo. You're the bigger man. He's coming to take your belts at 175. You beat him. It's not like you went down to 168. You cut weight and beat Canelo and took his straps. If you cut weight and beat Canelo at 168, then yeah, you could go on the pound for pound. What's up, West Goat? I got you, bro. I'll talk about it here in a second. But this shit blows my mind. You got no Devin Haney. You got and a lot of people get, oh man, here you go, man. You attacking Loma, bro. You attacking Loma. He don't belong on the pound for pound list, bro. He got no belt. He got 2 L's. He came up short against what's the dude's name who lost to Kambosos? Right?
Yeah.
He don't belong on there. At maybe 3 years ago, maybe when he was undisputed or where he was unified. He was unified, but he lost the straps. How the fuck is he still there?
He got the machine behind him.
Like
he was ESPN.
It's not about hate. I have never
won.
See, this is a hater for all those people who are confused on the definition of hating. This is a hater. Me attacking Loma based off of the fact that he doesn't have skill, he's not talented, and I'm just attacking the man just to attack him because I just want to attack him because where he's from or the way he looks or the color of his skin. That is hating. I have never once ever discredited his abilities, his skills, the way he looks, or whatever the case may be. Y'all want to make it about that.
You want to get?
Let's keep it a buck. The dude hasn't fought. He hasn't fought in quite a while. He lost his straps. He's got 0 belts, and he got him above Josh Taylor. You got him above Charlo, and you got him above Bitterbiev. Make that make sense. You can't. And my day ones, you still refuse to click the link and comment in the chat like a bitch. That's what women do. No disrespect to the ladies out there. You know I got love for you. But I'm keeping it a buck. Sit there typing away like a little bitch, bro. And at this point, yes, I am being disrespectful because I've invited you politely multiple times and you refuse to come in and speak your mind. Like, if you feel so strongly about what the fuck you're saying, bro, speak on it. Speak from your chest.
Yeah, and I mean, what you said something about, you know, he don't belong on a pound for pound according to casuals with the Afro agenda. Like, I mean, just thinking that way just let me know where you at. Because nowhere in the stream where we said it should have more black people on the pound for pound list. We didn't say that. We just noticed that it was only 3.
Yeah, there's
so
only 3.
He can move around,
but more so than that, it's the pound for pound list itself is just fucked up. Like, if you say, "Oh, don't make it about race," okay, I don't make it about race. There's 3 black men on the pound for pound list. Don't make it about race. Okay, I won't. Well, then explain to me why the fuck Lomachenko's on the pound for pound list. That's the only question I need. That's the only thing that I need answered right now. Richard Stone, what's good with you?
Who would you swap out though? Like I don't see
Devin Haney.
Any way to be in it.
Loma's got to go. Loma got to go. And here comes.
I'm on the fence about Bivol. Like I'm kind of okay with Usyk just because he actually moved up to heavyweight from in undisputed at cruiser. I'm kind of okay. Maybe not number 1, but I don't see where Bivol just out of nowhere with one, you know, splash victory. Anyway, I maybe watched one of his fights. And Loma, I mean, he lost to the cab driver and guy that lost to Cambosis. I can't remember his fucking name though. God damn. But yeah, I know Haney for sure should go. Maybe Tank should be in this, and those are the 3 I would swap out.
So my question is this then: if you got Loma up there, who lost his straps, got 2 L's on his resume, you got him at number 6, bro. Right?
Yeah.
Then why isn't Teofimo Lopez on there then?
Right.
Why not put Teofimo? Teofimo at one point was a unified champion. He beats Loma.
Yeah.
Teofimo Lopez beats Lomachenko. Why isn't Teofimo on the pound for pound? Because the powers that be are out there sucking this man's dick, just like my day ones in the chat. Sucking Loma's dick. That's what you're doing. Because there's no explanation in the world that you can give me that explains why Lomachenko belongs on the pound for pound list. Oh, because at one time he was this, that, and whatever? Fuck that. At one time, Teofimo Lopez was unified. He beat Loma. So don't give me this once upon a time bullshit.
And then anyway,
this ain't Alice in Wonderland.
Vince, man, like
you got Bivol up there. I mean, come on. It's like I feel like I feel like the ring just, you know, they just threw fucking names up there. They're like, I don't know, man, shit. Let's just throw this dude up in here. You know, oh, we love Lomachenko's style. We love his style. We love his abilities, and you know, let's just throw him in there because, like you said, Platboy, maybe it is the eye test. I don't fucking know because it certainly ain't accolades. It's certainly not accomplishments.
Right. I mean, each of these guys can fight. Like, I'm not taking nothing away from them, but when we go to a top 10 best in the sport list, like come on, man. I think we missing the mark here. Like, I mean, Loma looks good in the ring. Like, he actually looks pretty damn good in the ring, but like I say, is it eye test or accomplishments? Like, and I would rather go with accomplishments.
And they still got him number 2 on, in the 135-pound division. He's still at number 2 as well.
Man.
So it is what it is, man. Look, I'll probably make another live just talking about the pound for pound and just focus on that. But look, this is the 135-pound division, which arguably is the most lit division in boxing, especially if you enter in Shakur Stevenson. It makes it even more lit.
Yeah.
Would you see this man right here at number 4, Ryan Garcia? You see that man right there? Y'all see him on the screen, right? My day one's probably left because I call him a bitch. I hurt his feelings. He's crying. He's crying now. But look, man, who was Ryan Garcia fought? And then they say, oh, well, who was Tank fought? He's at number 3. I'm with you at that. I'm actually with you at that. So we agree on that. We agree that both Tank and Ryan are not fighting high caliber fighters. Therefore, they do not belong in the top 5. We actually agree on that. Me personally. Okay.
I'm with you.
All right. But here's the thing. If you were to say, all right, if you want to move Ryan down, move Tank down, I'm with you. But only thing you got to do to alleviate this problem is, guess what? Tank and Ryan got to fight each other. Tank and Ryan got to fight each other. And then you can alleviate all that shit. We can find out who's better between the two dudes who never fight nobody. Why can't that fight be made right now? Why can we not make the fight between Ryan Garcia and Davis right fucking now? Why not?
What was the December rumor on that fight though? Like,
oh, when Ryan Garcia won not too long ago, shit, they sold the idea pretty well. Like, I was like, oh shit, maybe they will fight. But Ryan Garcia is full of shit, man. I'm telling you. Him and Oscar De La Hoya is full of shit.
Yeah, he pretty much booked the fight with on Hot Boxing on Mike Tyson's show. Like, they called him and had him on the phone, and they both agreed to the fight. And then 2 weeks later, Ryan pulled out because of mental health issues or something like that. So, no, first it was because he was supposed to fight Pacquiao, and Pacquiao said it like that was never a thing. And then, like, a few weeks after that, he pulled out due to mental health issues. But I mean,
bro,
hard to believe.
Like, Plat boy, like, you can't make this shit up, bro.
Right.
You can't.
It sounds stupid coming out of my mouth, but I'm just gonna leave.
People get so upset. Can't make that. People just think we up here talking shit. Everything that we have said, y'all can look it up online. You can Google it. Google the shit. But man, you know what it is, man. At the end of the day, they want Ryan. They want Ryan to fill the shoes of Oscar De La Hoya. At one point in time, Oscar De La Hoya was one of the best fighters in the sport. Right? Mexican American. He got his little hair combed to the side. He's got his little chiseled jaw, and all the girls like him, golden boy, and this and that. And not only that, but he was like a babyface assassin. He was knocking motherfuckers out.
Yeah, and you got to.
He was, and I give Oscar De La Hoya all the credit in the world. Say what you want to say about him, but guess what? Ryan Garcia is not even fucking close to what Oscar De La Hoya was doing at Ryan Garcia's age right now.
Yeah, resumes don't even compare. Like, Oscar actually fought people. No matter how we feel or think about him now, like when he was active fighter, he actually fought names and the best competition out there. So Ryan has yet to do it.
100%.
But I'm not even sure if it's their fault though. I'm not sure if it's their fault because of how the business of boxing is ran right now. Like everybody's trying to protect that old zero, man, and they'll give us these bullshit fights and until we just get fed up to where they have to fight somebody, then they go back to the same formula,
Right.
Bunch of bullshit and one good one, and then they redeal the cards out to you with, it's. I can't stand this shit. Like these guys could have like massive trilogies, or like I said earlier, like they could just do it over and over. Even if they go up in weight, they can still see each other. And I don't know, man.
Oh, most definitely. But look, for me, it makes me feel like people are just so desperate for somebody who is Mexican American descent to fill the shoes of Oscar De La Hoya. And there's not anything necessarily wrong with that. Like by nature, we're always, as human beings, going to relate to a certain type of person more than another. I mean, it's just natural, right? If you're a Mexican American dude living in Cali, you want to support your people. It doesn't mean that you're racist or you don't like other people, but it's just right. That's your people. And I got nothing wrong with that. It's no different than, you an African American, you living in the States, and you want to go for Bud or Earl or whatever. You're gonna go for the guy that most resembles you, that stands up for the things that you believe in, and etc. And the same thing goes for people who like Loma. People who like Loma, like, let's keep it a buck. Like, they're white dudes, man. I mean, they want to latch on to a guy who's skilled, a white dude who's skilled, and it makes him a little bit different than somebody like Caleb Plant, because Caleb Plant, he come from the dirt,
right?
So he got support from all kinds of people. But somebody like Loma, it makes sense. Like, I don't have an issue with that. You want to root for the guy that resembles you, that you feel connected to, whatever the case may be, right? But it becomes fanboy type shit.
Yeah.
And weirdo shit when
even though
you don't want to recognize the fact that Lomachenko's in the pound for pound. He's in the top 6 of pound for pound. He ain't fought nobody. He's got 2 L's and he ain't got no straps right now. That's some fanboy weirdo shit. Period.
And a couple of those fanboys just happen to sit in the ring's front office. So I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
probably.
They can just put them in there if they want to. Like, I mean, nothing makes sense. And like I say, like ESPN's list is loaded with their fighters.
Yes.
So they don't even consider
pound for pound list.
Consider the entire sport. So theirs is just like so null to me that it doesn't even matter.
The pound for pound list is very biased. It will always be biased. My pound for pound list, which I probably should do just for the sake of argument, people will look at it and be like, oh, that's biased. Oh, you didn't put Loma on there. Oh, you didn't put Ryan Garcia on there. You're a hater. You're racist. But I've always been accused for the longest time. Like when I was supporting Mayweather back in the day, when I was a huge Mayweather fan, people come in here or on my channels and whatnot back then and say, oh, you're a hater. You hate your own kind because you don't support white fighters. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But as soon as I talk about Kelly Pavlik, who was a fantastic middleweight, right? Y'all remember Kelly Pavlik, the Ghost, right? Champion, beat some credible fighters. Then, it's crickets. You know what? Oh, y'all don't see when I make videos about Kelly Pavlik, or even back in the day when David Lemieux was coming up and knocking dudes out when he was like 26-0 with 26 knockouts.
Yeah, even your guy Willie Pep, man.
Willie Pep, exactly, who is my all-time favorite fighter. So when I talk about those type of things, that's what it wants. Is people want to push an agenda. They want division. They want a reason to hate. For me, I recognize skill, ability, heart, all the tangibles of boxing. I don't give a fuck about none of that. What a dude looks like.
It comes down.
It's what you bring to the
see
table.
A good fight.
That's it.
Period.
And guess what? If Ryan Garcia, with all the talent that he's got, right? If Ryan Garcia was out there actively campaigning to fight Tank, to fight Devin, like straight up campaigning and proving to the people that these guys are ducking him, then my tone would be different. My voice would be different. I'd be like, yo, hey, Ryan, hey, he's that guy. Ryan's that guy. He want all the smoke. But he's not doing that, though. Fuck all these little tweets and shit. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. He don't want it, man.
Wave.
Ryan Garcia don't want it, period. And the problem with Ryan Garcia right now, he's got too many people around him stroking his ego. Constantly stroking his ego. Oh, you man, that left hook you got, bro. That left hook you got to the body, bro. That's the best in boxing. And he's got all these little minions following him. And that shit's a bad influence.
Right.
That puts you in a position of feeling like, oh, I'm too good for people. See, referring back to boxing in the glory days of the 70s and 80s and the early 90s, it's a different era back then. You didn't have social media and all this bullshit. You lived in the gym. And when you hear somebody talk shit, you go in the gym and you train to beat his ass. Oh, he out there, you see a newspaper article or you hear somebody do an interview or whatever, and they talking shit about you. You're like, all right, bet, shit, I'm about to go to the gym right now because I'm going to beat this dude's ass. That's how it was back then.
And what happened to the days of when, the guy you wanted to fight had a fight. You were at their fight. They win, you get in the ring, you call them out. And you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't even happen. These guys don't even go to each other's fights to like even make their presence known, like to even like build up a fight or anything like that. And
I've always said, and I don't know if my man West Goat is still in here. He asked about the Spence and Crawford fight. Look, here's my thing, West Goat. I would absolutely love, as a boxing fan and a content creator, to break down that fight. I've been waiting patiently in my 50 Cent voice. Patiently waiting to fucking break down that fight, man. But I refuse to do it. Call me stubborn, call me hard-headed, call me what you want to call me, bro. I refuse to do it. Because these two men are not doing what they need to do to get that shit popping.
Yeah, at this point.
So why would I put my energy into that? Why?
It's like trying to break down who would win out of Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali at this point. Like it's something that
because at this point it's fantasy.
Yeah. Right.
At this point it's fantasy. So with all due respect to all the boxing fans out there, including my guy West Goat, like I literally don't want to, and I refuse. Not that I can't. Because secretly and behind the scenes, I've thought about that fight
hundreds
20
of
times. Hundreds of times.
Yeah, hundreds.
Right? I already know exactly.
Worth of thoughts, man.
I'm already, like, I already know exactly, like, if that fight is ever announced, my prediction video will be coming the next day. Like coming off a hot stove, sizzling.
I'll be there.
Sizzling.
I'll be there.
I already know who's going to win that fight. But I refuse to do it right now because those men don't deserve my energy. I'm just keeping it real. And so a lot of people still to this day, I cruise around YouTube. Content creators still talking about that shit. Oh, it's Bud's fault. It's Spence's fault. Fuck this dude. Fuck that dude. He a duck. He a this. He a that. Oh, Spence gonna beat his ass. Oh, Crawford gonna beat his ass. Now, 6 months ago, that was entertainment. That was like, oh yeah, shit. I wonder what people are thinking. But now, it's not entertainment to me. It's like nails on a fucking chalkboard at this point. Because what the fuck are y'all talking about? What? I mean, seriously. Mike the Reaper in the building. What's good? But I will say this though, West Goat, if you're still in here. And on to and going back to Platt Boy's point, is that when Platt Boy said, why don't fighters show up to fights? Because that used to be a thing. You know, you would see back in the day in the heavyweights in the 90s, and Larry Holmes would go to Mike Tyson fights, and Mike Tyson would go to Larry Holmes fights, and all these heavyweights would go before Holyfield and Tyson finally fought each other. They were going to each other's fights, right? Talking to the media, going into the ring, talking shit. We saw shades of that.
Man,
we do need that back. And we saw shades of that, though. The whole reason, not the whole reason, but one of the biggest reasons why we got Wilder Fury is because y'all remember when Tyson Fury and Wilder got into the ring talking shit.
Epic clash like that.
That was like, then the people are, oh shit, we gotta see it now.
Gotta see it.
And that was at a point in time where, Fury had just recovered from being a coke addict and shit, and he was like 350 pounds or whatever the fuck he was. And so then it's like, this is Fury's comeback. Deontay Wilder was on fire at that point. He beat Ortiz, and he's a champ and all this stuff. So it's like, but the fact that they got in the ring talking shit is actually one of the biggest things that propelled that fight to happen. And so we do need that. So one of my biggest criticisms of the Spence Crawford situation is that for the life of me, I don't understand it. And I don't give a fuck what the excuse is from Bud fans. And by the way, I'm impartial. So I don't give a fuck. But I'm going to say this. Why didn't Bud go to the Errol Spence Ugas fight?
I was at that fight, and like I said before in like one of your past streams, I would have doubled my ticket price if I would have known like Terrence Crawford was there. I would have paid for a closer seat and come on, man. That would have been like a dream come true. It was my first actual in-person fight, and I was like, man, if that happens, I'm going fucking crazy if it happens. But he wasn't there. He wasn't in the building. He wasn't in Dallas.
No, he was on TikTok.
Yeah.
Or Instagram, wherever the fuck he was on, and making stories, laughing and shit when Errol Spence got his hand rose after beating Ugas and busting his eye socket. Right? Like, really? You the pound for pound. You're one of the pound for pound champions. You're pound for pound best, supposedly. Everyone tells us how great and how talented you are, and you on TikTok.
Right. And I mean, that's
I'm just saying, like, it has nothing to do with who I think is going to win the fight, or it's not saying that Bud ain't talented, whatever. The fact that he is talented and he's on TikTok is actually what infuriates me. Right? And so imagine, and everybody's, oh, come on, Devon, man, you taking it too seriously and you coming at Bud too much. And look, man, I'm just saying, let's think about this though for a moment, because y'all can say whatever you want to say. Oh, he was busy, he couldn't make it. I mean, the dude. I mean, is he not a wealthy person? Is he not a person that has money who can take a fucking private plane to Dallas and in less than 24 hours and make the fight? Right? Oh, he's that busy to where he can't just jump on a 2-hour flight from Nebraska? So look, man, imagine if Bud was at the fight. Imagine if Bud did enter the ring after Earl beat Ugas, grabbed the mic, and said, "You're next, bitch."
Pandemonium. I can only imagine.
I'm asking. Imagine if that happened, because guess what? The ball at that point in time would have been in Errol Spence's court, because now he just beat Ugas, he got the belt, whatever, and he's coming off a victory. It's no different than Fury going in the ring and looking at Deontay. What did Deontay do? He gave Fury the opportunity. So that's what it is. If Bud went in there in the ring after the Ugas victory and said, "Hey man, We got to get it popping now because I'm tired of people talking shit. I'm better than you. I'm gonna prove it. Like I'm telling you right now, like the old classic Mike Tyson, right? Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract. That's all Bud had to do. And then at that point in time, everybody be looking at not Bud, but Earl Spence. But see, none of that happened. None of that happened. All we got was tweets. All we got was TikToks.
Man. You
So
see
we
what
got
Eric's saying right there?
Yeah, we got Eric right here. What's good, Eric? Eric says because Bud went to the Spence versus Garcia fight, he tried to get in the ring and Spence would not allow him to get in the ring. Also, Spence said, "Why is he coming to my fight?" That's why he didn't. Now, Eric, I'm not saying you're lying. I wasn't there. I don't know the details. I don't know if you were there, and I don't know what your resource is. But I will say this. How can Spence himself stop Bud from coming into the ring? So you're saying his people, you're saying his team didn't allow Bud to enter the ring. Because I highly doubt Spence himself went to security and said, "Yo, don't let this man get in the ring." Like, let's break this down for a moment and dissect what you just said. Like, you're saying that Spence didn't allow him. So you're saying that Spence's team, on Spence's behalf, told security to not let Bud enter the ring. That's what you're saying. Now, if that's true, I would love to see some type of evidence. I would love to see some type of evidence on that. Because I've never heard anything like that. Playboy, have you heard anything about that?
Not that particular. I heard that he was there at the fight, but not about the part where Spence said he wouldn't let him in the ring.
And I got my man Omega, and Omega's always been upfront and honest about everything. No disrespect to Eric, but Omega, he's a longtime subscriber and also a channel member. And he said he heard Bud left as soon as the fight was over from the people who was at the fight. Now, I also heard that. That's what I heard personally. That's what I heard. I heard soon as Earl won, Bud left. That's what I heard too.
There ought to be some video footage of that, of him actually trying to get in the ring. It's out there somewhere.
So Eric saying that Bud attempted to get in the ring after the Garcia fight and they wouldn't allow him to go in. So we'll say they as in Spence's team, because Spence's team is you can't say Earl Spence. You say Earl's on behalf of Earl Spence, for whatever reason, his team told security to not allow Bud to enter the ring. So that's what my man Eric is saying right here. I'm not calling Eric a liar because I wasn't there. I don't know the details. But I would love to see proof of that. I would love to see proof of that. Because I have other witnesses telling me the exact opposite, that Bud left after the fight was over. As a matter of fact, if I remember watching that fight on live, I remember Bud leaving. Now that could have been he could have left after attempting to enter the ring. Could have been. But I've never heard that he attempted to enter and Spence's team told security to not allow him into the ring. But if that is true,
are we talking about Danny Garcia or Mikey Garcia fight?
I think Mikey. I think he's talking about Mikey.
Okay, I'm trying to find it. If
that's true, though, Eric, and there's proof of that, there's some type of footage of Bud attempting to enter the ring and being stopped from entering, then that does change the landscape. And I have no problem Oh, he said Danny. Sorry, he said Danny, which is a while back. That's a while back. He's saying Danny Garcia, not Mikey. That's a while back. See, I was thinking Mikey because I thought Mikey didn't make sense, but Danny, yeah, that's a while back. I don't know. My memory isn't refreshed to that point.
Mm-hmm.
In Dallas, he fought Danny Garcia in Dallas. But you see,
yeah, I was just trying to look and see if it had like a clip, even like a fan clip of it. But I don't see it.
But you see, man, like this is exactly why. This is exactly why these two men need to fight. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's because here we are trying to figure out, like, yeah, I think you're gonna have to go down a deep rabbit hole to try to find proof of this type of stuff. But this is exactly why I don't put my energy into it. This is exactly why I don't put no energy into it. Because
I saw that interview too. I saw the interview about, you know, why Bud was at his fight. I kind of like vaguely remember it, but still being said, like, what would stop Crawford for getting in the ring? Like, that would have to be like a Showtime thing or something like that, huh? Or whoever, you know, hosted the fight.
Yeah.
Because in Wilder and Fury's case, it just seemed like Fury just stormed the ring. Like, I don't know if Wilder was expecting it or not, but, you know, Fury made his way in there.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that crystal clear. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. And the fact that happened is, like I said, one of the biggest reasons on why that fight even happened. And of course, we ended up having a trilogy from it. And so that, all I'm saying is rather Bud try to get in the ring or not, and it's all speculative and it's hearsay, whatever. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is that the fact that these two men, it seems like they can't face off in public. They have yet to really face off in public in the past probably 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
to really talk some shit.
Even and 50 Cent with the Tycoon event he had in Houston. I live like an hour and a half away from Houston, and you know, he said, and I saw him say in an interview or something like that, he was like, he didn't invite Errol Spence because Crawford was going to be there. And I'm like, you know, these guys are just going to break out fighting each other if they see each other. Like, the hell is going on with this?
I mean, maybe it is that heated. Maybe
crazy.
There is that much animosity. Maybe that's why neither one of these guys want to budge on negotiations, because, you know, they feel some kind of way about, you know, this guy disrespected me, this, that, or whatever. I don't know. All I can tell you is the fight still not made. and rather they have animosity towards each other or not, they can hate each other's fucking guts. They can talk about each other's mamas and everything, talking about each other's wives and everything.
Yeah.
Even more reason to go in there and fight. Even
as
more
long as
reason to go in
the longer we wait, the more mandatories are going to have to be met too. So we may not, like, if it gets to that point where they start fighting mandatories, we might never see a Crawford Spence fight.
Yep.
Because you got Boots
I
is
saw
a mandatory.
I saw somebody make a video about I think it was Blue. I think Blue said earlier tonight that since the Spence and Bud fight doesn't look like it's going to happen, it's going to be Spence and Boots Ennis. which is a great fight itself.
It's another fight I want to see, but like I'm tired of. I'm tired of having to settle. You know what I mean? Like, give us the fight we want. Like, period.
Yeah. I mean, I also thought that, you know, I knew it was going to be a difficult fight to make. Manny Pacquiao Mayweather was very difficult as well. It's a big fight. It's a big fight, man. It's a major fight. And these type of fights are not easy to make, especially in this day and age. It's not the 80s anymore. There's a lot of money on the table. You know, who's the A side, who's the B side, who gets this split, that split, what the venue's going to be. Is there going to be a rematch clause? What kind of gloves are we going to use? What's the weight limit? Are there any penalties for coming overweight? Like, all this shit has to be constructed. Okay.
And Crawford's
I get that. Exactly.
Like, he's on the other side of the, you know, the career spectrum. Like, he's gonna start declining like within 2 years.
He's closer to 40 than he is 30.
Right.
So at the end of the day, like, in my mind, I knew it was going to be tough, but I thought by at least now, here we are going into October. We're damn near October.
Yeah,
shit, it's about to be Halloween. It's about to be Halloween.
Yeah,
you got kids out there already trick and treating out there. You got kids already like dressing up for Halloween, and we ain't got no fucking Spence and Crawford fight.
Man. Yeah, he fought Ugas in like April. So I was like, yeah. When he called him out, he said something like, y'all know what I want. I want that fucking belt or whatever, you know, talking about Crawford. And I just knew it. Like, I was like, man, by September, we're going to have this fight.
I thought the fight would probably be late October, early November. That's what I thought. That made sense as far as negotiations. But we in October now. So we, you know, damn good and well, November ain't happening. And so December, like maybe, but that's unlikely as well. Because that only gives these men what? I mean, they would have to fight. They would have to announce the fight next week in order to make a late December fight possible, like going into the new year type of fight.
Right.
That would only give these two men 2 months to train. Which is not impossible if they're both confident and have both been in the gym and staying in shape. It shouldn't. I mean, it's not like these two men haven't fought. It's not like these two men haven't thought about fighting each other. They've been thinking about this shit for years. So, I mean, the game plan should already be there on how they think they're gonna fight each other.
Right.
It's just a matter of getting in fighting shape and whatnot. And from what I heard, I don't know about Bud, but I heard that Spence is still in fighting shape right now. That's what I
heard that too. Yeah. They're also going to
I don't know about Bud and what he's
doing.
Their
biggest purses ever. Like, no matter what percentage they get, it's going to be the biggest.
It's going to be the biggest payday for both of them, regardless of whatever the split is.
So if they miss out on that, I mean, that's. I got a good job now, but if another job offers me $3 or $4 more an hour, I'm gone. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't no question. Like, come on now, you gotta book this fight. Legacy or whatever, but you still got to take care of your families and lifestyles and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like they're taking money out of their own pocket, bro. It's
right.
It's weird shit. Like if Spence fights Boots, it's a big fight, and I'll enjoy watching it. But you're not gonna make nearly as much as what you would if you were to fight Bud, right? And then who the fuck Bud gonna fight? Whoever he fights other than Spence. He ain't gonna make nearly as much as he would fighting Spence.
Right.
Like, financially, it makes 0 sense on why you two men don't want to get paid. Y'all both earned this payday. Y'all are two of the best fighters in the sport. You have earned, rather it's 60-40, 55-45, 50-50, it doesn't fucking matter. You guys are gonna walk away with a massive payday. So I guess it's just ego. It's pride. It's like, well, I don't give a fuck if it's $50 million. I ain't signing a contract unless I have, unless I'm like, if I'm gonna lose this fight, I'm gonna cash out big. Like I want Mayweather type numbers.
I think it can get there. Like, but what Beth is saying right there, he said if it was announced for December, how well would it do, especially with the rumors of Fury versus Joshua possibly happening that month? I personally think it would do well. No matter, they could schedule it like next week, and I think it'll like do crazy numbers. But also with Fury,
it's the holiday season as well, so everybody's at home chilling. It's a good time to watch a boxing match. Late December is always a good time for boxing. I mean, you can go back in history and look at a lot of big fights that happened in late December because it's the holiday season. A lot of people are off work. People got money. They're getting their big December bonus checks and shit, right? And so people can pay the pay-per-views. So it's a great time. I remember back in the day when, I was working. I remember I was working at Foot Locker when I was in high school, man. And I used to love December. It's a fucking great time to make money, man. I used to sell the shit out of shoes. And they would come out and they'd be like, yo, we'll give you like an extra $20 bonus for every like X amount of shoes you sell. And I was like 17 years old and I'm making bank. Right? I cash out big time in December, bro.
I used to get good off that shoe cleaner and shoestrings.
And everybody else wanted to take that time off. Oh man, it's Christmas. I want to like be with my family. I'm like, good. I'll take everybody's hours. Fuck Christmas. I don't care about none of that shit. I'll take everybody's hour all day, open to close. And I remember like I used to be motivated to like buy my own presents. And back then I used to race cars a lot. I had a Mustang 5.0 in 1988, all black.
That's how I would. I used to buy my own gifts too. Like I didn't care. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like if I wanted something, like Christmas was in March for me, or whenever I just felt like getting something. I didn't worry about getting presents. When I wanted something, I grinded and got it. But you think that Fury Joshua fight would affect it? I don't think that fight's over there. Anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think a lot of Americans are gonna watch that fight. I mean, I will watch it. I watch all the fights, but I don't think a lot of unique. Well,
if Joshua Fury is in fact going to happen, which I'm like 40% confident that it will, right? Just because I don't trust anything that comes out of Fury's mouth.
I'm less confident in that fight than Crawford Spence. Right.
But if it were to happen, I mean, it's basically a race to get the best date. So if Bud and Spence stops bullshitting around and announces like December 28th before Fury and Joshua, then they're fucked. They'll have to push it. They're not going to schedule it the same day as Spence and Crawford. There's no way Eddie Hearn and those guys are going to take that risk.
Right.
So it's literally a race to who can get the best date for the end of December. That's what it is right now.
Cause like we don't see a lot of fights in January, huh? That's like the money recovery month from all the holiday spending and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Everybody getting those bonus checks, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. And that's the best time to do it.
Right.
And so
Christmas bonus.
Christmas bonus, man. Working overtime on Christmas and shit, because ain't nobody trying to work.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody trying to work. So if you say, hey, I'll take the wifey out later. I'll work Christmas, man. I'll get that double. What is that double overtime shit?
Hell yeah, man. That's crazy.
You're making $20 an hour. You're making $40
$40
an hour
for the
now.
day. Yeah.
40.
Oh shit.
Right. $40 an hour. So, hey, like. I remember that shit back in the day. See, but when I was in the military, we didn't get no fucking bonus. You get no bonus. You working on Christmas, you getting the same money regardless.
Yeah, you already.
And I know Omega, he know what I'm talking about. My man Omega, he knows what I'm talking about. Christmas Day come along, you got fucking duty and shit. Everybody out having dinner and partying, you like stuck on the fucking boat.
Yeah,
I remember that shit.
What he said about MTK, like that's my whole thought about why we haven't got that fight yet. That's what I feel. But you know, that's a fucking rabbit hole right there. That's where I'm at with it. I think that's what's holding it up. That whole
very well
MTK
could be.
situation.
Very well could be. And you know, like, none of us are within the inner circles at the end of the day. And if you are in the inner circle, you have probably been told to keep your mouth shut. And so we don't know, man. I mean, we just looking from the outside, and we try to pick apart different things. And at the end of the day, like, we don't know Bud could be having some type of family issues. You know, Earl could be having problem with his eye or some shit. Like, we don't know, man.
Right. And then, like, I hate the fact, like where, you know, the information we're getting, like, where is it coming from? Because we got the news that both of them have agreed on principle. And then now we're seeing where Spence says Crawford didn't sign shit or something like that, whatever he tweeted. Like, I'm completely, like, that right there, like, just, if the fight happened, it happens. Like, oh well now.
Yeah. And
because, like, I damn near planned the fight party when they said November 19th or whatever date they picked. I was like, oh, that we having a fight party. I told a bunch of people, and then like a couple of days after that, we get, you know, the tweet from Spence where he said Crawford didn't sign shit.
Yeah, and how do you feel having your emotions, like, constantly fucked with?
Up and down.
Like, you know, I get tired of it, man. It's like you out there chasing a female for nothing.
Yeah.
She talking about, I like you, I don't like you. Okay, yeah, maybe I give it up. But,
or she finally say, yeah, we can go on a date. You got it planned. You got the time down, and then you get in the car to go pick up, and she changed her mind on you. Like, come on, man.
Exactly. Shit. I've had worse shit happen to me. I had another different level. Like, you pick the day, the time, whatever. All right, look. If you come to the crib, I'll cook for you, and we got Netflix, and we chilling, right? I mean, every bitch in the world knows what that means.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, cool. So you're thinking, all right, shit, they know what it is. So I whip up the dinner. I got a shopping list. I whip up some spaghetti carbonara, and I do like some chicken and everything nice. We eat dinner. We get the Netflix on, and then I try to make my move, and she talking about, oh, I ain't ready for this. I said, bitch. Hey, see that
that's why you
see, that's how I feel about Bud and Spence, bro. That's Bud and Spence right there.
Yeah, man. Oh man, they killing us, huh? But honestly,
literally what it is.
I think it'll happen, but I'm not worried about it happening anymore. But I think it'll come up. So that's
literally. Oh man, hey. And anybody that's listening, bro, like, I'm not even capping right now. That shit literally happened to me before, and not too long ago either. A couple months ago, I had a chick do that, and it's one of those things. It's like when I was younger, I would like try to negotiate. I'd be like, oh yeah, but hey, come on, man, like, I'm feeling you though, right? Like this, that, whatever. Right? I be saying whatever I need to say, but nowadays, selling man, I'll rub your feet. You do whatever the fuck you got to do. But nowadays, I'm older, I'm wiser. If a woman do that shit to me now, I'm like, all right, bet, like, you got to go then, because you in my personal space now. And they start tripping. They be like, oh, why you tripping like that? Like, I thought we chilling. I said, right. You ate, didn't you? You fool? Yeah. You ain't gonna wash the dishes, are you?
You got what you want. Let me give it out.
You got what you want. Shit. You think you're gonna eat my food and take over my crib and still not give up no pussy? Nah. You gotta go. You gotta go. And so then sometimes chicks be like, oh, okay, chill. All right, But sometimes they get an attitude and they be like, well, that's you an asshole and this, that, and the third. It's like, come on, man. You know what you're coming
attitude
over
shit
here
out
for.
the door. Attitude out the door. Like I don't deal with that shit.
I don't deal with that.
Yeah.
I don't deal with that. I had a girl the other day. You so cold. You so cold. You so cold-hearted. I said you weren't saying that when I was cooking you food and we were laughing and having a good time. But yeah, I'm cold now because you on that bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about Bud and Spence. I'm excited about it. I was talking about it. I was doing Firestorm panels with you, with Drew, with Tay, with all these dudes, and we chopping it up. We getting excited about it. Guess what? They on that bullshit. So some guys, they like a girl to play with their emotions because they can't let her go. Even when they know other dudes are tapping that. They still can't let it go because they look at that ass every day walking down the street like, ah, damn, I gotta hit that. I gotta get a piece of that ass. They can't let it go. But see, I ain't built that way. I don't give a fuck how your titties popping, your ass popping, how you looking, what you saying, whatever. Once I'm done with you, I'm done with you, and it doesn't take much to be done with you. That's how I feel about Bud and Spence. I gave you the accreditation. I gave you my energy. I brought my boys together to chop it up.
It's
you
getting close.
Making the fight.
It's getting close to like just like the next fight. It got to be something crazy if it's not Crawford Spence. It got to be. It has to be like Spence Boots or something like that. Like you can't give me standing on us or something like that, or you know what I mean? Like I'm not going for it. Like
at
least I won't pay for it at that point.
and to be honest, I'm definitely exactly. And to finalize this point, man, because I'm gonna get up out of here. But look,
me too. I got to work in the morning.
Look, man, if Spence and Bud doesn't happen, and Spence decides or Bud decides, whoever, to say, you know what, I'm moving on, then it better be the next best thing. It better be the next best option,
right? Which
would be Boots Ennis, in my opinion. And so if Earl
Ortiz
fights Boots,
a close second.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a close second.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. So it's got to be of that caliber. Because if it's not, then number one, I ain't paying for it. Number two, I'm not giving it any credit. I'm just not. Not over here. Somewhere else might. And you got Bud dick riders and you got Spence dick riders. It doesn't matter who they fight. They're gonna praise them and be like, oh yeah. Look at this fight. Look at this fight between Spence and Keith Thurman. They're finally fighting. Or look at this. Oh, Spence is gonna go fight Butiev, that dude from Russia he's 14-1. Yeah. He's 14-1, bro.
We just want to see an undisputed welterweight fight. That's it. Like I want to see titles change hands. Like I want to see the two champions fight. Like,
are we asking for too much?
Are
we asking for too much, bro?
Right, just make it happen.
It's like, damn, like, what do you want us to do? It's like, I tell a chick as well, like, yo, what do you want me to, like, what do you want from me? You want me to ask you to marry me? Like, what the fuck you want? All I'm asking is
a
little bit of time.
Like they're gonna make the money. Like if they don't get the exact number they're gonna want this time, it is a better chance next time in the rematch, because rematch are usually watched more than the original fight. So, like, come on, man. Make it happen.
It's crazy.
But Devon, I gotta get out of here, babe.
Yep. And I think we've given that fight way too much energy as it is. So I, just gonna leave it on the sidelines. And the men that are out there who are trying to be active, there are still other fights out there to be talking about. You got Devin about to do his rematch against Kambosos. Shakur just coming off a victory. And let me double check before I end the stream what the poll's sitting at. So who's the better fighter? Devin Haney, 38%. Tank, 31, and he's locked in at 31 with Shakur at a tie. With 40 people in the vote. So, Haney got the slight edge.
I'm a Haney guy. I want to see all the fights. I like all of them, but I'm kind of leaning toward Haney.
I'm a Haney guy as well, but I'm telling you right now, I feel like Shakur is knocking on the door.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Shakur is knocking on the door, and at this point in time, I don't know what Tank's doing. I can't. He's another one I can't put energy towards.
Right.
I mean, he just until he steps forward and takes a big fight, then I'm more than happy to talk about Tank. I'm more than happy to talk about it. But right now,
defensively, Shakur is a problem. Like you don't see this guy get hit a lot. So I mean, him and Haney, like I'm leaning toward defense. Like these guys are magicians in the ring when it comes to defense. Like I'm just, that's what I like first on both of their styles.
It's a hell of a fight. Haney and Shakur is a hell of a fight, bro.
That's a hell of a fight. That's a hardcore boxer's dream. Is Haney Stevenson. Like it'll be a defensive
100%.
match. It's not going to be a lot of fireworks. You're going to be picking shots, and oh man, that's going to be.
And in the meantime, Garcia and Tank Davis need to fight.
Oh yeah, and that's the firework fight. Like we're gonna get that defensive matchup with Stevenson, Haney, but you know when you want to see some banging, it's gonna be Ryan and Tank. Like because I like it all. I want it all. But
I mean it's all out there. The thing about it is that boxing has all the ingredients to be an amazing sport because it's full of talent. But sometimes boxing is like a person who can go to the store and buy all the perfect ingredients, but they don't know how to put the ingredients together to make a dish.
Right.
That's what boxing is right now. We got all this talent, but they're not fighting each other. And it's aggravating. It's like going to your boy invites you over for a barbecue, and he's got the whole layout. He's got the herbs and the sauce and the meats and everything's ready to go. And you look at your boy, you said, yo, bro, hey, this shit looks good, man. You ready to cook it? He said, oh, man, actually, I don't know how to cook it, bro. You know how to cook it? You're like, what? That's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now in boxing. So, as I always say, all we can do is sit and wait. But we do have a mega fight coming October 15th. The Bronze Bomber is back going up against Hellenius. And on that same card, don't forget, we got Caleb Plant and Anthony Durrell, which is another big fight. Oh, man,
that card is nice. We even got Antoine Russell, like the younger brother on there.
Yep. That
and
card
he's
is
my
lit.
second favorite fighter right now. I'm a Wilder guy, but I've been watching Antoine Russell really, really close.
That fight is lit. And so today is the 29th for me. So I might drop one more live tomorrow to finish off the month of September. And I'm thinking of dropping my official prediction video of both Caleb Plant, Anthony Durrell, and Wilder and Hellenius on October 1st. Those will be uploads, not alive. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled and hit the notification bell. So when I do drop those videos, y'all can peek in and hear my thoughts. And, prediction means, I'm going to give you my round. I'm going to give you how I see it's going to happen, all of that stuff. So that's on the horizon. Tomorrow's live. I think I'm going to come out with the curveball tomorrow with my live, man. I'm throwing guys a curveball, man. And so I'm not going to release what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to surprise you guys. So stay tuned. Around the same time tomorrow, man, around 8:30, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be on here again tomorrow.
Yeah, real quick.
Guys, so, yeah.
Real quick. I want to do something for you on your channel. On Drew's channel, I bought a pay-per-view to give away to one of the viewers, and whoever sends him a video doing the most push-ups in one set wins the money for that to purchase a pay-per-view for Wilder Hellenius. So the next big fight we get, I want to do something. It doesn't have to be the same thing, but I'll buy a pay-per-view for one of your viewers, and we'll figure out how we pick the winner or whatever on your channel for the next big fight. So
So
be
for the
something
next
dope.
for the next big fight, you're willing to offer one pay-per-view buy.
Yeah, I'll buy one
To any
pay-per-view
of my
buy
viewers.
to one of your viewers, and we'll figure out how we select the winner. So,
Okay, cool, man. Hey, I'm down. That sounds dope, man. So right now, you got something like that active right now with Drew?
yeah, that's in Drew's channel for the Wilder Helenius fight, and
Okay, cool.
the challenge is the most push-ups in the set. Whoever submits a video to him, doing the most wins.
Nice.
No breaks,
Nice.
full extension, all that good stuff. So if y'all want to
All
win
that
that one,
good
you can hit up Drew and drop it.
Yeah. Most definitely. I already have an idea in my head, man. But we'll check it. We'll definitely chop it up about that, man. That sounds dope.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But look, man, you're one of those guys out here who comes out and shows support to the channels that you respect, and so just know that we respect you as well, man. And myself, Drew, and others out here, bro. We respect you immensely, man. So stay active. We need people like you continuing to show love and also continue to pour that positivity into the sport of boxing, which is filled with negativity. So
right.
we need more people like you, man. And everybody else, man, who tuned in tonight. I know the chat got a little bit quiet, man, because I think it's getting a little bit late at night. People are about to doze off, man. But I appreciate you guys dropping in. Those who hit the like button and subscribe, appreciate you. And I'll be back on here again tomorrow night, chopping up with you guys one more time to end the month of September around the same time, about 9:30 Eastern, something like that. So keep your eyes open, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Plat Boy, bro, appreciate you once again, man.
Oh yeah, take it easy, man.
All right, brother.